Hi, I'm Jana, thank you for joining me. You can watch me paint eyes into seashells later, but first let me take you on a journey to the sea. Last month I travelled to Denmark, home to Hans Christian Andersen's Little Mermaid. I stayed in the Copenhagen area close to the east coast, which meant I got to enjoy the sunrise over the sea on my morning walks. It didn't matter how often I walked the beach though, I didn't find any mermaids. Then again, I did make a crow companion, so I guess that's just as cool. I have a bit of a magpie brain, so while I think the sea is quite nice and impressive, and I love the drama of a good sunrise and glittering lights on the waves, my greatest joy visiting any beach is looking for treasure. Driftwood, shapely stones, snail shells, the odd fish carcass, sea glass, a fossil if I'm very lucky, and of course seashells. This beach honestly didn't have a lot of interesting treasure to offer, but it did provide a lot of seashells. Lately I'm a bit obsessed with painting on objects, so at some point my brain arrived at the natural conclusion that I should try painting the shells. Going for the motif of the lover's eye seemed obvious based on the shell's shape and size. They were essentially begging for eyes. While the lover's eye traditionally would be a keepsake featuring the eye of a loved one, I see these pieces more as reminders of the beauty we are destroying and the beauty we create. I'm creating my own mermaids, peeking through the shells into our world, crying because, let's face it, the average sea dweller doesn't have a whole lot to laugh about between the pollution and ocean acidification. I find it unavoidable when talking about the beauty of nature to eventually circle back to death and destruction. I'm simply that cheerful of a person. No, really, these themes are connected: life and death, creation and destruction. Nature is full of contradictions, and so are we as humans. And it feels insincere to avoid the parts we don't like to the extent that it somehow cheapens the experience of life. Never mind. No reason to get all philosophical here, right? Let's start painting some sad mermaids. First we have the watercolours I use a lot. Then we have very old and dirty watercolours I inherited from my mum. Slightly newer, slightly less dirty watercolours. We have the watercolour ground. Artist fuel. Not artist fuel. My beloved big pens. And some mid-sized brushes. And the most important materials, little seashells.